we're going to do our lead pour for our pipe jigs, and a few things on a safety protocol here. Of course, we're dealing with hot lead, molten lead, so PPE is very important. So face shields, of course, long pants, long shirt, welding gloves, all of this stuff, plus good airflow. So we got a slight breeze out here today, so we don't have to worry about the lead fumes or contamination. A respirator would be a good idea to wear that, but these are all things as far as fundamental safety protocol when dealing with lead. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. I'm using a propane burner. This works great for this application, and using a cast iron pot works great for heat distribution and maintaining the heat. And then for our lead, what I typically do is, now again, there's different ways of doing this. I have found this to be the cleanest. So using a Forstner bit to drill these out, and then that way I can put these in place. So I've got two different sizes here, one for my 1/2 inch, one for my 3/4. So one of the things that you need to do is seal this hole, so when you pour your lead that it doesn't come running or spewing out. Now there's a couple methods you can use. I use just tin foil, and if you just wrap this really good with tin foil, it seals it pretty good. And then I pop it down into my wood jig and pour from the top. Just make sure your swivel's out of the way when you go pour it. Now I have heard some friends have used epoxy, 2-part epoxy, the quick set, like from Harbor Freight. It's under $2, and just put that in here and let that set up, and they do that when they're prepping these. I haven't tried that. That's something I'm going to do the next time I go to Harbor Freight. I'll pick some up, for under $2. It's worth a try. But the idea is you're trying to plug that hole so that that lead doesn't run out. So either method works. In this method I've used, it's fine. I got this tip from a fella several years ago, and that's how he does it. And so whatever works. But the idea is you're just trying to seal that so that you don't got lead, so you don't have lead running out. Trying to wrap it to hold that lead until it solidifies. Okay, let's do some more pouring. Got a little dross here to clean up. Get a leak? Oh, come on, man. I didn't seal it well enough. That's not good. Dang it. See, I was being too parsimonious with the tin foil. Being too stingy with the tin foil, and so now I'm having trouble with it sealing. See, we go and pull the tin foil off, and you know, overall you got a good product here. All right. So there we go. So that's about it. So hopefully that's helpful. Some helpful tips, and you also learn what not to do as far as making sure that you get those holes sealed up well. But again, this is what I found the best way so far. I mean, I've tried all sorts of different ways. I've tried putting in sand. The sand upside down, I mean, that does work. I've tried smashing one end, but in the end, this makes a cleaner product. All right, in the previous video on making these pipe jigs, I shared with you this chart, and I just wanted to show how fairly accurate this is. I mean, it's not an exact science, but it's going to get you pretty close. In this case, you look at this chart, 3/4 inch pipe diameter. This is, it's just under 7 inches. It's 6 3/4. So let's look here. It should be about 24.4 ounces. So if we put this on here, well, it helps if I turn it on. Okay, we're set to ounces. And look at that, we're at 24.95. So it's, you know, within an ounce of accuracy. Of course, it's all going to depend on the alloy and how big of swivels you have and blah, 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 but it's going to be pretty close. So at any rate, hopefully you're able to use this chart. I'll put it also in the description of this video also, but it is helpful to kind of get you in these ballpark weights that you're looking for whatever your use and depth wherever you're fishing. All right, so these guys have cooled down. I cleaned them up, and this is what we got. So we got our swivel on top, swivel on the side. I'll put a split ring on here in my treb. And yeah, the only other thing I'll probably do is I have a scale, so I weigh each one of these and I'll mark the ounces on the outside so I have an exact measurement. But again, you can use the chart to get you pretty close. And yeah, so that's what we got here. So we got our pipe jigs, and pretty much with scraps, and we can get the cost down significantly cheaper than what you can buy these at the sporting goods store. So hopefully these tips helped you out. Again, be careful out there, because molten lead is super dangerous. So just be cautious and be smart about it. Take care now.